Hi, I'm Jasmine McDonald, and welcome to my life.
It's my life. It's my life. It's my life. Yeah. My life, my pain. I'ma make it. I'ma make it. Yeah. I gotta make it. I gotta make it. My life, my.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Patrice Antoinette. A lot of times we think of trauma as a major life-changing event that we overlook the fact that these events, big or small, can have a traumatic effect on who we are today. Let's open up this chapter. So Jasmine, do you think there are any childhood traumas that you've experienced or that you've gone through that define the person that you've become today?
Yes, definitely the color of my skin. I would say I'm a black woman, but I would say I'm a dark-skinned black woman. So I had to overcome a lot of adversity, a lot of negative comments, a lot of things, especially in my childhood.
Now, do you mind elaborating a little bit on that when you say that you had to overcome a lot of adversities just based on the color of your skin? Do you mind sharing a little bit of detail on that?
So growing up, I always had like great parents who like taught me to love myself, but everybody know in society, kids is mean and adults period, just people in general. So I feel like growing up African American woman as a little girl, I kind of got tormented. I think back then when I was in elementary school, it was more so of my skin tone wasn't accepted. It was like we were made fun of, like, everything was a reference to maybe a monkey, maybe dark this, maybe, oh, you're not cute, or this, that, and the third. So I feel like it was rough, but I feel like, having the parents that I had, because they taught me self-love, I was able to overcome that and not let that bring me down or me have, not be confident in myself.
Okay, that's definitely good. Now, would you say that there are any specific situations or things that you've had to deal with within your childhood experiences that had any type of effect on you today?
Basically, I feel like not just being accepted for the skin that I was in. I felt like I had friends that was, of lighter skin, and I felt like they used to get treated better than me in a sense. People accepted them more, was more willing to play with them or interact with them because of the color of their skin. And I felt like I got it more from, not more so other cultures, I got it more so from our culture, as from black women, from other girls that was might have been a lighter shade than me, and I felt like I got it more so from them than from other cultures.
So basically you're saying that you were more accepted, the color of your skin was more accepted by other races as opposed to us with us being black females.
Definitely. I had a lot of Caucasian friends growing up when I was younger, and I think that they parents and them accepted me more than somebody else that I might have been friends with of the same race. And honestly, I don't think it was their parents. I just think it was us being kids. Kids are cruel. But I don't think people realize that sometimes things that you say can hurt and they can linger on and they can actually go into people's adulthood. Like, I done met other African American dark skinned women, and we done had these conversations, and some of them aren't as confident as I may be or as others may be because of they went through this. They went through being teased. They was brought down about the way they looked, and things of that sort. And maybe some felt like they were picked last. So
Mm, that's a very good point. Now, when you say pick last, now what do you mean on that when you say pick last?
So going back to having conversations with other dark skinned black women, the topic done came up where they feel like uh walking, let's say, into a bar, a guy is more willing to approach a female that's light skinned before a dark skinned female. And not even she can be beautiful. I think it's just because it was the color of her skin. Times have changed. Don't get me wrong. We are definitely in now. We are most wanted. We everything is chocolate this, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. But back then, for some women, it was not a good feeling. It is, and I think the thing that really hurts us as black women is when a man will tell you, "Oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl." I need clarification on that. Like, what's the meaning of that? I'm pretty for a dark skinned girl. Like, I'm just pretty in general as a woman.
Right, exactly. Now, do you feel like that stigma of being a woman of darker color that has affected like your relationships and how you evolve in your relationships or how you take on a relationship in those perspectives? Do you think like that has had an impact on it?
I'll say yes and no because I feel like any man that I'm gonna be with, like, you gotta love chocolate to be with me. So it's not gonna be like I just feel like, you approached me for a reason. You chose me. We chose each other. You know what I'm saying? So my skin comes along with the territory. That's one of the main things on me. So you have to love that to want to be with me. So I don't think my skin affects me being in a relationship because I'm a confident dark-skinned black woman. Like, I'm confident in myself. But I could give you an example of a time where I have dated a guy, like my last relationship. I dated a guy, and when I first met him, it was, you're so beautiful and you're captivating, but it went to, you're the first black girl that I dated in reference to a dark-skinned black woman. He would date mixed black girls, light-skinned black girls,
Right.
but I was the first chocolate woman that he dated. And he kept reminding me that I was not originally the type of woman that he dated and what he went for. And it bothered me at times because it's like, dude, we discussed what our preferences is, because honestly, he was light skinned and I prefer a chocolate man. But I took him for the content of his character. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about his skin color, but I felt like when you keep bringing it up, you're trying to make me feel some type of way. And the type of person I am, I've been through that in my childhood. You can't make me feel no type. I'm comfortable in my skin. And I used to always tell him, if you prefer or you want a light skinned woman, go be with a light skinned woman. She'll be lucky to have you. And there will be a man out there lucky to have all his chocolate. That's it.
So would you say that with that particular relationship that it was more so of a reassurance because you were familiar with the type of woman that he was previously interested in? So now that he's experiencing a woman of darker color or a chocolate woman, a beautiful chocolate woman like yourself, do you think it was more of a reassurance to you saying, okay, you know what, this is not what I'm familiar with, this is not my norm, but this is something new to me and I'm reassuring you that I love you or I'm into you, whether you're a light skin, dark skin, whatever your skin tone is, I'm into you. Do you feel like that could possibly have been his narrative when
He was trying. He was trying to reassure me that I changed his whole perspective of dark skinned woman, but like, I'm not no teacher. I don't need to change your perspective on anything. When you approach me, what you seen changed your perspective. So at the end of the day, like, I just still felt like you was with a dark skinned woman, but you was still biased of me. Like, there's nothing that this man could have told me that he wasn't. And then his grandmother was of a different race and she didn't like black people. So that's something that, always played a part to me too. Like, am I sleeping with the enemy? Like, that's how I felt at certain points in times, because it's like, you have to take me as a whole. And it's like, if I'm really not what you used to, go find what you need. That's it.
I can completely understand what you're saying. I mean, from a woman of a lighter shade, I could definitely say that I may not have necessarily experienced that stigma that you've gone through in regards to people being biased to your skin color or even in a sense discriminating against you, and the level of confidence that you have. I will say that whatever it was, or that's a question for you, what would you say has given you that level of confidence that you have with a woman of a darker color? Because a lot of women, you'll say with your skin tone, they'll more so shy away. They don't have that confidence, they don't have that, they can't embrace it and love them and love themselves. So what really gave you that confidence or that level of confidence that you have now?
The woman in my family, I don't know, my mother is light cocoa complexion, I don't know, and she always thought she was the shit. So I don't know, like, it's just growing up under that and having, dark skinned aunts, and you can't tell them that they ain't the shit either. I don't know. I just felt like it was the women around me who I seen, they love their self and they taught us to love ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like, my mother knew I would come home to her and tell her certain things that was said to me or things like that. And my mother will always reassure me, like, you're beautiful. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. So I think it was basically my family, my sisters, like, everybody that was in my life reassured me and kept me confident. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't tell me nothing. So it's like, and we all human. I have my good, I have my bad days, but at the end of the day, I'm still confident in who I am, and I wear my skin proudly. And I wear my skin proudly. Like, and one thing I take pride in, if you dark skin, do not go outside ashy. That do not suit us, okay? Oil you up, that does not suit us. It makes her look 10 times better. Put that coconut oil on, that baby oil, whatever is your preference, put it on. Because especially the summertime coming, you're going to step outside, you're going to be shining, you're going to be glowing. It's our time now. Chocolate, sweet in. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand. It's our time.
Embrace it. And I love your level of confidence that you have with everything that you've gone through, from the teasing, the name calling and stuff like that through your childhood. And again, also having that reassurance from your family and your friends and just people around you, just giving you that reassurance. Now, would you say like everything that you've gone through with, from the negative aspect and also the positive aspect, having that reassurance from your family and your support system around you, has that affected you in your adult life today?
Um, no, I say more so in my childhood. I say right now in my adult life, I'm really content with who I am. Like, I think more so, I think more so in my adult life, what I started to realize was that it only wasn't dark skinned girls or dark skinned women who had it hard. It was light skinned black women too as well. I want to be fair on both sides. I feel like we have a lot of racism within our culture, within ourselves, of basically branding a lighter woman better than a dark skinned woman. And that goes back to slavery days. You understand? You was lighter, you was in the house. You was darker, you was in the field. So it goes back to so many years of stereotyping and basically segregation within our own community. I don't want to only sit up here and say that us as dark skinned black women, had it rough, because there's some light skinned black women who went through the same thing. They was teased for being high yellow. I done seen them been called the sun, the moon, all type of different things. So I just feel like in general, us as black women need to embrace each other a little bit more, a little bit better, no matter the skin tone, no matter the shade. And I love when I go somewhere and I see somebody and they just be like, "You so pretty. I love your skin." Like, I just love, like, to get the compliments, and I also give the compliments too as well. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I just feel like we have to be better as black women. Like, it starts with us. If we don't support each other and embrace each other and tell each other that we beautiful, and sis, I like them shoes, sis, I like that dress. If we don't do that to each other, nothing is going to get better. With other cultures are going to accept us for who we are.
Yes, I agree with that 1,000%. And I feel like us as, like you said, us as black women, like we need to embrace each other more. Like we definitely need to be more supportive of each other. Again, whether you're a lighter tone, a darker tone, no matter what the tone is, we're still black at the end of the day. We're still black women. So we definitely need to support each other and be there for one another in all aspects. Because again, if one wins, we all win, and I feel like that's a mentality that a lot of us don't have, and we need to work on gaining that type of mentality. So outside of you having that support system that you did have from your parents, your family being supportive and telling you or teaching you how to love yourself, are there any tools that you would say that you use or you utilize to help you overcome the negativity or the negative situations that you did have to go through as a child to where you are now?
Encouraging myself, I would say. It's a gospel song that says sometimes you gotta encourage yourself, like, and it's the truth, because I used to have to give myself pep talks sometimes, and I think everybody do it, especially us as human. We all got flaws and we all feel low at times. But I still, to this day, I get up in the morning. When I go in the mirror, I'm washing my face, I'm doing whatever, I'm talking to myself like, "Damn girl, you look good." Like,
Those daily affirmations, I'm telling you.
because I'm not gonna lie, I'm human. There's days I get up and I feel lower than shit. I promise you. But I gotta talk myself through that day. I still got work to do. I got clients I gotta do. I got things that I have to deal with. So I have to talk myself through certain things. So I just say encouraging yourself, like, just, and then I feel like whatever you don't like about yourself, try to fix it. Like, I feel like last year I was like way heavier. I've been losing the weight slowly but surely. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not as heavy as I was last year. So I feel like if there's something about yourself that you don't like, start encouraging yourself to get over it and how to fix it. Like, that's just it. Just believe in yourself. We all got them days where it's just like you don't even want to get out the bed. I know everybody got them days where they don't even want to get out the bed, but we have to encourage ourselves. We got to keep going. So
And also, in that same token, I feel like we also have to learn to embrace those flaws. You know, those flaws. Sometimes those flaws can't be corrected. So, like you said, like the color of our skin, that's not something that we can fix.
oh, I ain't bleaching.
Please don't put the bleaching cream down. Don't touch it. Learn to love yourself. So
No
definitely
judgment to whoever
those
does,
flaws.
but it's not for me. Like
Yes, definitely. We have to learn to embrace those flaws because that's where that self-love aspects comes from. And I feel like a lot of us as Black women, we don't have that self-love characteristic. We don't drive that self-love and learn to love ourselves before we expect somebody else to love us, you know? So, if you were talking to little Jasmine right now, what words of advice would you give to her from all the things that you've gone through and who you are right now? What would you say to little Jasmine, looking her in the mirror, talking to her in the face? What would you say to her?
I got a lot of stuff to tell her, but when it comes to far as, girl, you gonna be okay. And another thing, I used to be so angry when I was young. I don't know why. I had wonderful parents. I had family. I would want to tell myself, let the anger go because it hindered me from being the person that I am now. Like, I'm a great person now, but back then, a bitch was crazy. And I got tears in my eyes saying it. I used to do some crazy shit. And I would tell my younger self, just be yourself. That's it. Just be yourself.
Right, because exactly. If you're not yourself, no one can truly love. It's okay. Let them tears out. Let them out. Let them out. This is a session. This is a session.
No, because that's one of my exercise with my therapist to talk to my younger self. So that's one of my exercise. So it's bringing tears to my eyes because that's one of my exercise I do with my therapist. And it's some real shit that we need to do to let things go. So.
And I feel it's really a part of the healing process that a lot of people don't realize. Like we've all gone through some things in our childhood, some obstacles that we've had to overcome. And if we had the knowledge or the tools that we had now, I feel like those obstacles that we went through as kids would have been so much easier or so much different. So, so I definitely give yourself credit, the fact that you're able to acknowledge those flaws, you're able to acknowledge those obstacles that you were able to go through, and the fact that you're able to be sitting here telling your story, sharing your story, and it's all right. Let the tears out. Let them out. Listen, it's okay. It's a healing process, okay? So with everything that you've gone through, and you definitely experienced some things from a completely different realm that I would say some people can't even relate to, because when we typically think of trauma, we think of something so major and so drastic where it's having such a big impact on your life. And people, right, and some people don't even look at something as something of this nature where people being biased of your skin color, they don't look at that as being something traumatic. But here you are telling your story, like really sharing what you've gone through, those experiences that you've had, and really how those have affected you in your adulthood. So would you consider yourself a victim or a survivor?
I'm a survivor, baby. I'm not gonna give up. I'm a survivor. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't got no choice but to survive. I ain't about to roll over. I ain't about to sit down for nobody. Like, I'm gonna keep pushing. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I had them days I get up, I might cry. But best to believe I'm gonna wipe my face, clean my face, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. Like, that's just the type of person that I am. So I'm surviving. I'm scratching and surviving. So
Yes, I love it. The fact that you've gone through your things, you've worked on yourself, you've evolved, and you're loving the person that you are today. I absolutely love it, and I couldn't say anything less. I love it. Now, a lot of people will say and don't even realize that skin color really is something that is overlooked in so many instances, and not even realizing how those small comments or those small jokes can really have an effect on another person, and not even realizing how traumatic those small comments and those small jokes can really be. So when I sit here and I speak with my guests, I really want, especially this experience, I really want people to understand that you never know what the next person is really going through. So we have to take that moment to really think and evaluate the things that we do, the words that we say, and the impact that they have on people's lives. Because again, you never know what the next person is really experiencing. So again, thank you for tuning in. This is my life.
life. It's my life. It's my life. Yeah. My life, my pain, I'ma make it. I'ma make it. Yeah. I gotta make it. I gotta make it. My life, my pain, I'ma make it. I'ma make it. Yeah. I gotta make it. I gotta make it. How to struggle through the pain, but I'm still walking. Still here. Day by day we gon' make it, so I'm here talking. I'm still here. Yeah. It's my life. I'm still here. It's my life. Yeah. Picture these shoes and try and walk in them. Walk in them. Please. Just try and walk in them. Picture these shoes and try and walk in them. It's my life.